Hey, what's up? It's Phoenix, and today I'm going to talk about Cicero and his essay on friendship. So without further ado, let's dive right in. I've already spoken about Cicero on my Philosopher series where I talked about his book, The Republic, but I also wanted to talk a little bit about his notions of friendship. I would describe Cicero's views on friendship to be a little bit Aristotelian in that they focus on themes of moral cultivation, which I think is very important, as well as cultivating a sense of meaning and purpose by way of friendship. Aristotle often focuses on positive attributes and positive virtues that we can have, and Cicero follows suit in his essay while thinking about friendship. Cicero says a lot of important things about friendship, one of which is that friends give us joy. In Aristotelianism, if the goal is to experience joy and to cultivate joy and happiness, then it makes sense that friendship, which is a very positive thing, should do the same. And Cicero focuses on thinking about joy as being a part of what friendships should be. And so it is a simple conception when thinking about friends giving us joy, because obviously that is something that we would want. But I find it to be important for meditating on because it helps to highlight that friends do give us joy and that they give us a lot of things to look forward to. And dovetailing with this specific point is the idea that friends are also moral, and not even just friends themselves who are moral people and are virtuous actors, but also friendship itself is a moral thing. And if you think about it, this definitely makes a lot of sense when thinking about how morality is a positive attribution to things, and that morality comes from a positive viewpoint, which is some of which Cicero has argued for in his writings, that morality is a very beautiful and virtuous thing, and if morality is that way, then friendship should be like that as well. And I find that to be a very interesting point. Friendships themselves are moral because they are, again, focusing on some kind of greater good or focusing on some kind of deeper connection. And I think that there is a lot of value in this. So I find that to be very interesting to think that morality is definitely a very specific and important thing for maintaining friends. We do want our friends to be moral and to share our values. We want them to be virtuous. And so I definitely find that to be very interesting. Friends are also generous. If we are talking about friendship as being as a very moral and benevolent and good process, then we definitely have to acknowledge that friends are generous. And one thing that I got out of this essay when thinking about friendship and generosity is that friends do things for other people because they want to, because they care about you, because they want you to succeed. And when I think about my own friends in my own day-to-day life, I think this is a very apt point because it helps us to understand that our friends in real life are generous to us, and that is why we are so close with them, is because we trust them, because we know that they are going to be there for us, because we know that they care about us. And it's very nice to have friends who are generous with their time, with their resources, and a variety of things to be able to help us live a wonderful and meaningful life. And so I think that that is very important. Now, one thing that I want to say while reflecting on friendship and a lot of what friendship brings is this notion that friendships are very positive things. And so when I reflect on some of these points that I have been expressing, it makes sense that friendships are a very positive thing. As I said, such a notion is Aristotelian, but Cicero is very interesting when thinking about these notions because he's very much getting us to think about the best qualities of human nature and the best qualities of human beings, and how one thing that makes friendship so wonderful is the way in which they help us live the most virtuous and positive life that we can. And I find there to be a lot of value in that. Friends make us better. As Cicero says, true friends are friends out of duty and friendship, not because of coercion. And this is a very interesting point when thinking about it, because sometimes in a consumer society, we might very much focus on friends from a business perspective in terms of what they can give us, rather than what we can give them and what we can give each other. And so I like thinking about Cicero's points, such as with the notion that friends are not coercive, because it helps us to think about friendship in the most positive light that it could possibly be in. And I think that there is a lot of value in that. One of the important aspects about morality is that morality is not forced. Morality exists because we want to make life better, because we want to have human flourishing, which is another Aristotelian concept that Cicero seems to channel in his writing. And if we look at friends as being part of our greater good, then we really are looking at some of the best attributes of life and some of the best attributes of virtue and the good things that humans have to offer. It definitely makes sense that friends don't do things because we force them to, or because they feel like they have to. We don't tell them that they have to be moral a certain way, and part of that is because the morality itself is a part of friendships. But when thinking about all of the values of human friendships, one of the things that's important though is to remind ourselves that friendships and friends themselves are also fun. Friendships are exciting. We like being able to live in exciting situations. We like being able to be enthusiastic with the people that we love. We like to be able to try to do new things. And I definitely think there's a lot of value in that. All of this makes sense when considering that we are social animals and that we do think in a variety of ways about other people and how we relate to other people. And so when I think about Cicero's ideas about friendship, I'm definitely very interested and intrigued by the positivity, by this, what I would describe as an older world view of friendship. And I really think that the best friendships in a modern context come not from things that we push people to do or to say around us, not by forcing a morality, but by allowing that morality to emerge naturally. By allowing people to be able to convey some of their best ideas and to be able to cultivate some of their best traits. And I find all of these notions regarding friendship to be very inspiring. I have said that whenever I'm thinking about my friends and when I'm with them, it is definitely a very positive thing. And a lot of it is because we are focusing on some of the best traits that human nature offers. And I think this is where Cicero is really coming from, with thinking about the positivity of our friends and the idea that it is a very natural and I think even almost, I would describe, spiritual component, that it is something that is greater than us. And one of the reasons why friendship is so important to so many people is because we find meaning through these friendships. And it's no small feature of friendship to focus on some of the most beautiful things that humans have to offer, some of the most beautiful things that we get to experience as people with the company of other people. Not everybody is extroverted per se, but we are definitely social beings and we do rely on other people. And to kind of ground all of this that I'm talking about, one example that I can use is that when I think of my own friends, I think of myself as being more than what I am now. That when I think about all the kind things that my friends have done for me, that I realize that I'm in a much better place than I ever imagined that I would be. And it's because of them. The social components of friendship is definitely there, as well as the idea that friends really do make us better. And friends excite us, and friends make us to be even better people. And they really encourage us to live the best lives that they can, and that we can. So yeah, I'm Phoenix. I hope you enjoyed this discussion on friendship. I definitely think that Cicero had a lot of interesting thoughts on morality, and not just on government and politics, but also social dynamics and social aspects of things, as well as even just friendship and the way that we think about friendship. And as well as a lot of these really important themes, such as morality. So yeah, I hope that you'll check Cicero out, and I hope that you will check out my other videos on my YouTube channel, specifically in my Philosopher series, because there are many episodes that I feel that you can enjoy. So yeah, thank you for stopping by. I'm very glad that you were here and were able to watch this video. There will be much more to come. In the meantime, I'm Phoenix, and I will see you next time.